everyone, and welcome to Sunup. I'm Lyndall Stout. This past week, we saw the official end of summer and the beginning of a new season. And with that, our thoughts turned to school, football, and of course, successful wheat planting. We begin today with Sunup's Dave Deacon.
Producers across Oklahoma have already been putting seed in the ground, and Jeff, where are we at with that?
Well, we're sitting at anywhere from 20 to 30% planted right now. Things were rolling really well with our forage-only producers, and we're in prime time planting window right now for our dual-purpose producers, and our grain-only producers will start getting geared up here at the end of the month as we move into October, and that will start going in the ground too.
Okay, a lot of producers were wondering if we were going to have enough seed this year. How are we sitting with that?
That was a big concern because of the drought and the limited seed supply. But I've talked to several seed retailers, and there's still quite a bit of seed out there available, and it's still, some really good varieties available. So it's not too late if you're growing maybe some older genetics. If you wanted to try something new and incorporate that in your program, it's not too late. There's still seed of Iba, Ruby Lead, Double Stop, I know out there available. So check with those retailers, your seedsmen in your area, and I bet you can still locate some seed and maybe make an upgrade on those genetics, which will really determine a lot of what you do the remainder of the season, your return on investment on those inputs later in the season.
Now that the wheat's emerging, producers need to be out there doing a little scouting.
This is a critical time, especially for our dual-purpose producers. We're still fairly warm, we haven't had a killing frost, and we can still have a lot of insect problems, particularly with grasshoppers or with armyworms. And those are the types of problems that can go from a small problem to a huge problem almost overnight. So it's important to be out there scouting those fields every 2 or 3 days to make sure that you don't have an issue. And the key there, if you do have an issue, is to nip it in the bud before it gets out of hand. This time of year, we still have a lot of heat units, and again, those populations can increase fairly rapidly, and they can do a lot of damage.
Dr. Arnell always talks about soil fertility and all that, but this is really the time of year to start, looking at the soil.
It is. Whenever you look at a wheat crop, if you were building a building, the first thing is the foundation. And genetics and soil fertility are the foundation for a good wheat crop, and they really do impact everything you're going to do from this point forward. It's not too late to go out there and get a soil test. On a lot of our variety test locations, we pull a soil test at the time of planting. And we pull a surface plus sub, and what that's going to do is give you an accurate estimation of the amount of residual nitrogen out there in the soil. We've been finding anywhere from 60 to 90, even 100 pounds per acre of residual nitrogen because of our failed crop last year. That's $50 or $60 per acre in money you could save if you have that knowledge.
Right.
So the key is to do that and then factor that in your top dress decisions later in the year. The other thing I would encourage everyone to do is have an enriched strip every field, every year. You're going to wish that you did whenever February rolls around, so the time to get that done is now.
Okay, Jeff Edwards, small grain specialist here at Oklahoma State University.